So we actually did end up having a Nintendo Direct this month, and it was pretty great. There were a lot of super cool announcements and reveals here, and now we have even more amazing stuff to look forward to. There was a brand new 3D Kirby game, we got a much better look at Splatoon 3, N64 and Genesis games are coming to Switch Online, Smash Ultimate and New Horizons will get new content soon, Bayonetta 3 finally showed up after nearly 4 years, and there was plenty of other awesome stuff too. I'm not going to go over everything that was in this Direct, just the main highlights for me. Let's get started with probably the most exciting announcement, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. There had been some rumors about a new 3D Kirby game over the past couple months, and I'm so glad they turned out to be true. Kirby Star Allies was great, but a little predictable. This sort of exciting large-scale adventure is exactly what Kirby needs right now, and I couldn't be happier. I love the 3D platformer genre, and it's so great that Kirby will finally be making the transition to 3D like most of the other Nintendo characters have. The game itself looks incredible. The world looks like a beautiful overgrown city full of interesting stuff to discover. The visuals look super clean and detailed, and that trailer music was fantastic. Kirby's moveset looks like it works perfectly in 3D, with all his usual awesome power-ups and abilities. The enemy designs and boss fights look really great too. Unless you count Bowser's Fury, this is the first new 3D platformer from Nintendo since Super Mario Odyssey, and that's really exciting. This is the best announcement of the Direct for me, and I can't wait to play this game in spring of next year. The next most exciting thing for me was all the new information we got about Splatoon 3. Ever since it was announced at the February Direct, this has been one of my most anticipated Switch games. My biggest worry was that it would feel too similar to Splatoon 2 and not have enough new stuff. But here they showed off so many new gameplay mechanics and story details that I'm not really worried about that anymore. The multiplayer gameplay looks better than ever, with new maps, weapons, and specials. And the single-player story looks as amazingly weird and confusing as I would expect from a Splatoon game. They're definitely being super creative with the story mode, and not just doing the same thing that Splatoon 2 did. It looks like they're totally letting their imaginations run wild. Splatoon is one of my favorite Nintendo franchises, so I'm insanely excited for this game. I would have liked to learn a release date, but I'm sure that will come later. At least it wasn't delayed into 2023. Also, I love how the Splatoon director somehow found a way to make the number 3 using his body. Nintendo Switch Online finally got a new update in this Direct, adding N64 games and surprisingly Sega Genesis games too. People had been speculating that N64 games might come to this service, but honestly I didn't think it would happen and thought that Game Boy games would be more likely. But I'm so happy I was wrong, because having N64 games on Switch will be amazing. Ocarina of Time will actually be playable on the Switch, and even though I would have preferred the 3DS remastered version, this is still a dream come true. The lineup of N64 games is super strong too, with Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Yoshi's Story, and more games coming in the future like Majora's Mask, F-Zero X, the original Paper Mario, and Banjo-Kazooie. These are all such great games, and I'm so glad they'll be able to reach a much wider audience on the Switch. Sega Genesis games are also coming, which came out of nowhere, but hey, I'll take it. I'm not as familiar with the Genesis library of games, but I'm sure there are plenty of great games there too. N64 and Genesis wireless controllers were also revealed, and I might just have to pick up that N64 controller. The Switch Online service has been really disappointing recently, so this is great, even if it took a little too long to add more games. There also seems to be a price increase if you want these new games, which I'm fine with as long as it isn't too big of a jump in price. One kind of weird thing that happened in this Direct is that they announced when other things will be announced with Smash Ultimate and New Horizons. Smash Ultimate is getting ready for the final DLC fighter, which is a huge deal, and I can't wait to see who it is on October 5th. Animal Crossing New Horizons has really been needing some new content, so it's awesome to see it getting its own dedicated Direct sometime next month. Now we know Brewster will be added into the game, and I'm hoping Kapp'n will also be announced. October is going to be a huge month for the Switch, with Metroid Dread, N64 games on Switch Online, and Smash Ultimate and New Horizons presentations. The rest of the Direct included some pretty awesome stuff like Bayonetta 3, a huge expansion pass for Monster Hunter Rise, and plenty of ports. Bayonetta 3 was announced way back in 2017, so it finally got officially revealed and even got some gameplay. I'm not a huge Bayonetta fan, but I know it's a really popular series and this is huge for a lot of people. I absolutely loved playing through Monster Hunter Rise earlier this year, so a big new expansion for the game is really exciting. I'll take any excuse to keep playing that game more. Instead of Mario Kart 9, we got Chocobo GP, which looks like a decently fun Final Fantasy themed kart racer. Seriously though, we've got to get Mario Kart 9 at some point, right? Mario Party Superstars had 3 new boards get revealed, and they all look great. This game is shaping up to be one of the best Mario Party games in years. There was also this really strange update for the Super Mario movie being made by Illumination, where the voice cast was announced. I was already worried about that movie, but the fact that Mario himself will be voiced by Chris Pratt and not Charles Martinet is pretty concerning. The rest of the cast seems fine, I guess, but man, this project is shaping up to be super weird. And that's all of the most exciting stuff for me that happened in this Direct. Overall, I think it was pretty solid. I was really hoping for one big, mind-blowing announcement, and Kirby and the Forgotten Land was exactly that. I'm so excited we're finally getting a brand new 3D platformer from Nintendo, and Kirby is the perfect character to base it on. Splatoon 3 is looking amazing, N64 and Genesis games on Switch Online are so great, Bayonetta 3 looks super promising, and Smash Ultimate and New Horizons will get new updates soon. I was hoping for more information on the sequel to Breath of the Wild, but I knew it was likely to not show up. New Donkey Kong and Xenoblade games were also absent, but if those games are real, they'll be announced eventually. I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out, and I'm super excited for the future of the Switch. But what did you think? What was your favorite announcement, or did nothing really do it for you? Let me know down in the comments. Also, I'm sorry for the lack of content on the channel recently, things have just been really busy. But don't worry, I have a big new video project coming out soon. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see ya in the next one.